What are you taking away from the Service of Leadership class?
I think the biggest lesson I'm taking away from this experience is that it's okay to be an original thinker and that you don't have to manage or lead in a traditional sense. I have learned to embrace my core values and beliefs and apply them in all opportunities to lead.
What is your definition of leadership? Has your definition changed since the beginning of the semester?
So my definition of leadership is a person who influences a group of people towards an achievement of a common goal and leads by example so that others motivate to follow. Originally, I was not clear on the definition of leadership. During this course, I've learned, and it's pretty clear, that there's many different definitions of leadership and everybody views it in their own unique way, which could be based on variables such as life experiences and career experiences. So the truth is that every leader might not be a manager, but every manager should be a leader.
Originally, when I thought of leadership or a leader, I thought of someone who is willing to do as they say. My definition was tailored a lot by what I had experienced, with special focus on giving to others what I felt I didn't receive in a manager. So I felt that putting the employee first and catering to them would get things accomplished. After taking this class, I still believe it's important to keep your employees first and to take their feelings into consideration. But it's equally important to enforce the rules and motivate or push your employees. I also learned that leadership has a lot to do with you and that you can lead from wherever you are.
In class, we discussed how leaders encourage and motivate those around them. What techniques have you learned to generate or inspire creative thinking?
There's many styles and methods, but the one constant is to have clear mission and vision, to have dedication to see it fulfilled. A leader understands the team's objective and path needed to get there. He or she may use encouragement or intimidation. They can use collaboration or my way or the highway. They can be quiet. They can be quite the example or charismatic speaker. Their styles may vary, but a leader knows exactly what he or she needs to be done and will do whatever it takes to get everyone moving to the right direction to make sure it's accomplished.
What advice would you give someone transitioning into a leadership position for the first time?
You're faced with different personalities, you're exposed to different things. My advice would be to establish expectations and hold everybody accountable. Your responsibilities grow, expectations change, and so does your relationship with others. I ended up managing my peers, and you will need to adjust to that as well.
What characteristics or techniques have you learned about effective leadership?
Effective communication is by far the most important tool, right along with good old-fashioned appreciation and respect for those that are around you. I also believe the GEIS model is a great one to follow. We really focus on the fact that just because you're the manager or the leader, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to lead all the time. So you must learn your employees or team members and use everyone for their strong suits. I have heard several times throughout this semester that every good leader knows to surround themselves with people that are smarter than they are.
To inspire, to be passionate about what you're leading. In class, what really stuck out to me is the lesson we had about feed forward instead of feedback. It can be more productive to help people learn to be right than to prove where they're wrong. Leadership is less about our own needs and more about the needs of the people and the organization we're leading.
How has this class impacted you, both professionally and personally?
I have learned and applied lots of things from this class, but the number one thing, both personally and professionally, that has impacted me is my confidence level. I feel more comfortable speaking up for myself or sharing my ideas than I ever have before.
What have you learned about yourself? What type of leader are you?
I'm a participative type of leader. I learned that things are not personal, it's just business. It's okay to take a stand.
What is the difference between management and leadership?
This question is asked by many and answered by few. Managers and leaders motivate the people who work or follow them, and this sets the tone for most other aspects of what they do.
I believe leadership aligns people to the vision and the management focuses on the work.
I think that anyone can be elected a manager Anyone can enforce the rules and assure things are run as they always have, but a leader, a good leader, looks for the cracks to seal, considers their team, and motivates and inspires creative thinking. Not just hands out assignments or orders, a leader focuses on the future while assuring the present is taken care of. And a manager, well, they simply focus on the present, unable to envision the future.
In class, we discussed the importance of effective communication. How do you think communication impacts your ability to lead? An example, what is your communication style? How have you learned to communicate during presentations, one-on-ones, coachings, etc.?
And the Strengths Finder test, individualization was one of my strengths. I see that I'm able to interact with different types of personalities. Where I struggled in the past was working with individuals that don't have the same vision that I do. But it doesn't mean you have to give up on them. It just means that you need to communicate differently. If that doesn't work, then just do what Jim Collins says and get them off the bus. Keep in mind that he also says to get the people in the right seats.
Would you recommend this class, and why?
I would absolutely recommend this class. I have learned so much about myself and about what true leadership looks like. When I walked into this class, I thought that I would learn about leadership and workplace stuff, but I have learned so much about a variety of things, from how to talk to others, how to dream and actually accomplish, how to motivate others, how to coach others, how to have tough conversations, give presentations, and the list just goes on and on. I would suggest to take the class seriously. Come to every class, every session, on time and ready to learn. You must be open, do your homework, because it's given to us for a reason, and most importantly, be yourself.
This class taught me how to see things in different ways, from handling different personalities to finding my strengths and working on maximizing those strengths instead of trying to be good at everything, which I tend to do.
This class is a must-do, must-take to become a better leader. This class will help you understand different ways to being a leader, how to communicate with others, how to do one-on-ones and coachings, how to get even more experience when giving presentations. But last and not least, the class will give you a clear definition of what kind of leader you are. Take it, it's well worth your time, and you will gain more confidence in yourself and will be given useful examples and information on how to be and become a better leader.
What advice would you give to people who take this class in the future?
I would recommend that you show up to class. You really can't afford to miss a class, even if that's allowed. You will miss the personal feedback that you get within your team. Stay committed, provide feedback, do your homework, and well, if you're someone like me, just give Jill a hard time. Just kidding.
The different faces of leadership. I am a coach.
I am a businesswoman.
I am the cheerleader.